Hey guys, I have something I have to show. I'm gonna wait till I get a little people get here, at least one. Okay, so StreamYard says I'm live. Yippee! And I have one person watching. A lot of you know I've been doing a show with Gina B in the Fox Den, and she has given me motivation to create something. So, hello, Ketsy. So this is what took me 2 days to do. I know it's not professional and I know it's not finished, but I'm gonna get a look at it anyway. Let's see if I get this right. Nope, that's not what I want. This is what I want. And I want your opinions on this. So let me know. Hello everyone, and welcome to Angel Meadows Radio. I am Mama D, your host. My show is called A Conversation with Friends because I believe everyone is a friend we have yet to meet. This show is where you get to know new friends or get reacquainted with old friends. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation. Ta-da! So if you don't watch the show on Thursday evenings at 8 to 10 in the Fox Den with Gina B and me, then you need to get your butt kicks. But so I got stood up. I don't know if it was time change. Merci, ma belle. I don't know if it was time change or what. Hey, Alex. But I got stood up 2 weeks in a row. I've never been stood up so many times in my life. Eek. Well, anyway, things happen, life happens. And this is not, this is not earth shattering. My word, no kidding. Anyway, so I figured somebody poked me in the Facebook Messenger, says, well, get your ass on screen anyway. Show us your pretty face. Put my face on. This is my face is on. My hair is on. And like my new headphones. Da, 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 da. Very pretty. Yeah. I know, and people are going to be going like, what the hell is she doing? Hello, Edward. So so this is me. So for those of you who know me and those of you who don't know me, go ahead and ask me a question. It doesn't have to do anything with cards. You can just do who I am, what I am. You go for it, and I will be honest. Answer questions. Okay, let's see. What can I come up with? I have been doing radio shows since 2015. My very first show was on Paramini Radio, a fireside chat with Mama D. It was a really fun place to be. It was a great place to start. Dr. Dave is an awesome producer. Maybe he'll let me back on one day. No, kidding. Oh, God. What am I? Thank you. Gina B in the chat room says, what are you? I wear a lot of hats. Like most women, most people these days, I wear a lot of hats. I am a sister. I am a wife. I'm a daughter. I am a mother. I am a friend. I am a healer. I am a counselor, and I am a shoulder for people to cry on when they need. That's about it. That's who I am. So yeah, Dr. D, Dr. Dave, Paramania Radio still has a lot of really good shows, a lot of good friends. I have shows over there. I go over as often. I'm a love bug. Thank you, Gina. I should put these things up. I am such a lax host tonight. There we go. See, I'm a love bug. That's my partner. She's got to say this if she still wants me to come back on the show. She's the one asking, what do? I drive people crazy, especially the men in my life. That's my sons. I'm not. Oh, you spelled that wrong, Scott, by the way. Okay. I drive people crazy, especially the men in my life. My sons, ask them. My husband, ask him. Oh, wait a minute, you can't ask him. He's tied in the kitchen right now. Okay, on the back porch making barbecue. Yeehaw. Um, what do I do? I'm a trained Reiki master. Before that, I was a healer without even knowing I was healing. You know, we're going to go all through this on Thursday, right, Gina? So don't ask me too many good questions. Let's see, what else am I? I'm an oracle card interpreter. I do not read the cards. I interpret what they give me, and the message that I get are from the cards and my guides and whoever I do readings for from them. And if there's no one, um, there's no one asking the question live. Oh yeah. Then I'll just my guides will guide the cards and I'll interpret what messages are, because it doesn't always come through as, you know, like when I have a message that has to be given in French, I seriously have to interpret that one in my head. Yes, Mr. Scott Stevenson in the chat room agreed that I drive my male guests crazy too. Well, he means the guests in the chat room. He's on the top of the list. Can I help it? I have his wife's permission. I am in the Facebook chat room. This is this here, right there. I have somebody in my YouTube chat room. Thank you, by the way, Gina B. And I have you in the Facebook chat room. Jeez, don't drive people crazy. Well, yes, I do. Anyway, what is your best memory of a reading? Readings don't stay for long in my mind because they're not for me. They're for the person who is getting the reading. And I think and for me, they're all good, because whether you take them or not, it's because if you choose not to, it's because you don't remember at that moment, which is kind of sort of normal because everybody has so many questions going on in their mind. And geez, but I think it's when a reading is a confirmation for the person, because I believe we already know all the answers to everything we want. We just kind of deny the response that we're going to give ourselves. That's why, for me, as a reader, as a intuitive, as a healer, when I go into shows or I go see other mediums or psychics, I can't ask a question because I kind of sort of already know the answer, and that way it's a confirmation. What I it's the way I get a confirmation of what I know. So I think my readings, the best response for me would be to say to somebody to say to me, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because it's like a confirmation, and I like that. And yes, validation. Thank you, Gina. In the chat room, Gina Bankston wrote validation with a question, no question mark, but it should have been. There's, you can put it in there, right? Validation is important to somebody who gives you a reading. It's not a necessity, but it's like thanking the chef. The chef does a really great job at making no matter whatever they make, and we know that the chef knows that I am the best. I am what I make. I am the best at. Nobody can make exactly what I do. So, but it's always nice to hear thank you, chef. So it's always nice when you get a reading done by myself or whomever to say thank you, and maybe to come back and say, hey, you told me I would find that pot of gold under the end of the rainbow. I found it. I think that's all we need, just a little confirmation that it works. And if anybody, I haven't ever told anybody they would find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, because at the end of every rainbow is an amazing person. And for each person who is at the end of the rainbow is their own amazing person. Okay. See, I've lost all my viewers because there's nothing important happening and I'm all alone. So, why has it taken so long for you to accept and embrace what we knew way back when you were Oh my God. I still have, okay, Scott in the chat room says, why has it taken so long for you to accept and embrace what we knew way back when your ability? I think in the same regards as now, and I think to me, I believe everybody has a certain amount of doubt. That I doubted myself. I doubted that that was my biggest fear. My biggest fear, everybody has one. And some people it's snakes and some people it's spiders. And I like them both, so I'm good. But my biggest fear was for somebody to stand up and say I was fake, I was a fraud. You can tell it to me, privately like that. I don't give a hoo-ha. But as a child, I was, some people made a mistake. No, I'm not crying on there. Hey, Dave. Some people used to make the mistake of making fun of me. And I was insecure as a curly little red-headed, fair-skinned, freckled child. And I didn't like to be picked on and bullied, which nobody does, but it did. And that was the biggest thing, was for somebody to yell it out in the middle of the street, because I was English and a redhead and I had freckles. And they would call me all kinds of names and scream it out in the streets. And that was I think that's where my fear of judgment came from. Like I said, it's okay. I'm fine with it now. I have a lot of friends around me who support me and smack me and poke me and yell at me and say, get your face on, girly, and remind me that I do good. I said do. And I'm good with that, but it's something that's not easy for people to realize, to accept what they're why they deny what they have and what they do. And like I said, I have some amazing friends who will just, come along and take me by the shoulders and shake me and say, what the bleep? Okay, favorite deck. At the moment, at the moment, my favorite deck is the Energy Oracle cards. Don't remember who did them. Got them as a gift from a dear friend for my birthday a few years back. And he's still in my life. And he still knows that I use the cards. And so these are the cards. And they have absolutely stunning artwork. And they give you a jump off point. They give you a number of the card. Sometimes to some people that's not important, but to me it is. They give you a number on the card, and they give you a word or a couple of words, and it's just a jump off point. Like for the chakra, there kind of sort of figure this one here. Okay, that is Archangel Raphael, who is the archangel for healing. Sorry. And the fourth chakra is your heart chakra. That's what I am. I'm a healer, and I work from my heart. So see, the cards always make sense, whether we want to agree to them or not. They always make sense. It's like that. I love when some people say, pull me a card. What if I'm not pulling a card for co-hosts? Well, there are people out there, not just, and I've seen it, and it's a shame that people are that way, that they will make fun of somebody just because. We'll see. Gina is going to get this card here. All right, it's number 17. It's the action card, and you have two horses. Second, and like I said, everybody reads cards differently, but unfortunately or fortunately, I know Gina, and to me, this means one thing. She has two beautiful horses. So that's her two sides of her. That's the one side that's, standing. The black horse is standing steady and standing fast and knows exactly what it wants to do. And the white horse is the one you know, taking the actions, moving forward. So, you know, in this case, you know what you need to do. You just need to take the action and get it done. And that means make sure you have everything ready for Thursdays. I'm kidding. Um, I don't have to explain what the card, explain to you. I interpret what the card, what I see from the card, what the card gives to me. And then you have to decide where it fits in your life. Because I'm not, I don't claim to be anything else but just me. And that's what that is. So you know exactly what you need to do. You just have to take action and doing it. And you've been doing a lot of action for the last couple of days. Maybe that action is to sit on your horse and get your back feeling better. Good. Because next on Thursday you have a really important show. We have a couple of really difficult guests. So yeah, so first off, Gina, people in the Facebook chat room are going, who is this Gina person and where is she and why can't I see her? It's because she's in the YouTube chat. So, and if anybody else wants a card, what the heck, I'll draw a card and see what the cards are. Oh boy. Mr. Scott Stephen, I'm going to put this one up like a good cause. You are also an inspiration with your perseverance and courage and refusal to give up. I aspire to be more like you. You sometimes grumpy old bugger. Who's a grumpy old bugger? Me or you? I'm not grumpy. Okay. Some people see it and some people don't. Most of the people don't. People who love me too dearly do. Aw, okay. I'll take the PS. I have to put that one up too. PS kisses. Do you remember, if you misbehave and bug me too much, I'll tell that beautiful lady who sits at the other end of the sofa to smack you. What page ate you on Facebook? I didn't eat any on Facebook. What pages are on Facebook? On Facebook, I am connected to my profile page. I have the show page, which is Angel Metals. Okay, Scott. Angel Metals Radio, where I advertise and share. Oh God, she's on both now. Angel Meadows radio page, which where I share anybody has any radio shows or podcasts or whatever they want to share, events coming up, just message me, message the page, Facebook page, Angel Meadows Radio, and I will share it around. I'm a shareaholic, so I like to share. I also have Mama D and the Butterfly Network, which is where I will be doing some maybe daily cards or weekly readings. I'm not sure how it's gonna. Yeah, but I can't see hearts now, so it's cool. So I will be doing daily cards or weekly cards or just a drawing every so often live, because I have to get off my ass and get back into the healing side, because the healing is not only for the person who wants the healing, but it's for me, myself, and I. So, all right. Now, card for Mr. Stevenson. I now know the 3 people watching my show. Okay. Here we go, Scott. Aw, there you go. That's that. Yeah, okay. Oops. Number 15, which is your age. Appreciation. For me, this is appreciation, not just of what's around you, that's not, because you do appreciate everything you are and everything you have, but appreciation of the man you are and what you give to this world. You talk about me giving you what you give to this world, the people that you talk to, the people that you connect with. It's an important thing that you do. Yeah, it's an important thing that you do, just being you. The only thing I'd have to say is you really, really need a haircut. That or slick it back into a man bun. Your daughters are going to kill me. But appreciate yourself. You know, as much as you appreciate me and you share your love with me, and you're the one of the ones who pokes me and reminds me that, you know, I have to get my butt into gear, that you have that one too. Oh, thank you. I don't know why you're sharing this one. I seriously admit. Okay. Have you ever wanted to write a book? And if so, what subject? Um, it's funny because I've been told many, many psychic empaths, mediums, whatnot, what have yous, healers in my book, that was supposed to write a book. I'm not much of a writer, hence why I do a radio show. To in fact, I'm. It's, but I do want to make a deck of cards. For those of you who know what my background is with Mama D, started with Angel Meadows. That will be the backing of the card this year. Will be my Angel Meadows. Um, that background was created for me by a very dear friend who is he lives over in the UK, but so I thank him very much for that. That was a gift that he gave to me, and uh, but I'm not sure if they're going to be oracle cards and and or inspirational cards or a mixture of both. So that's where I want to go. I would like to create a deck, specific deck that's Mama D, Angel Meadows, whatever. Um, LOL. Scott in the chat room says, "Yep, nope," and read the man bun. Maybe a war cube, not just pigtails. Just here, see, you can aim to get a pigtail just as long as mine, okay? um, I think that's it. I don't think I 2 decks. That's 2 decks. Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's you know what? It is actually a lot of work. The Haggis Hunter. Oh, I like that name. Thank you. My cards, all cards are amazing. It does not just mine, but and I believe that everybody has the ability to read, to translate the cards, to interpret the decks that you have, which is why Gina on Thursday, she's got 2 decks coming tomorrow, and she will be drawing cards, and she will, because her knowledge is yeah, it is her knowledge of things, of life, of everything else. Um, will come through with the cards. So if she's going to do readings, whether she likes to or not. Dave said, I'll wait till Friday, my Friday, your Thursday night, and get a reading. That's fine. It wasn't meant to be a reading show today. This is just, I got stood up, so I figured I'd give me some airtime. Plus, there was somebody poking me, going, come on, hurry up, go on here. Scott Stevenson is on furlough until the end of July, so everything's possible. Possible for the ponytail for me. We'll have to have Helen measure it and see how long it is. Oh no, you're going to Gina, my darling little Gina. You will be, and if I have to, I'll call Pookie. What kind of readings do? I do. I interpret the cards that I draw for people. You want a card drawn for me? All you have to say is yes, please. Something to say that you want one. I use this is my deck of choice at the moment. I have 34 decks. I'm waiting for one more. Mama D, what is your kryptonite? A man in a uniform. My children are my kryptonite. This calm and gentle exterior is who I am most of the time, but when it comes to my children, the scorpion comes out, the dragon comes out. You never want to cross a mama bear with her babies, and I love mine very, very much. So that those are my still uniform. A kilt is still a uniform. So that's my kryptonite, my babies, my children. That's the first kryptonite. There's a layer of them, But do I see an end to this turmoil? Yes, I do. It's not going to be anytime soon because unfortunately, especially over in the U.S., there's a whole other ingredient added to the pot of the turmoil that this world and the States is going through. Will things get back to normal? Hell no. Do you remember in 2012, there was this thing going around saying, the world is coming to an end, the world is coming to an end. Well, it's true in a way. The world didn't come to an end. The world as we knew it, things different. More people opened up to their spirituality, to the metaphysical world, to understanding what is not. When I was growing up, this was not discussed. And in 2012 was when I opened up or reopened up to sharing who I was, learning first off who I was, relearning, I should say. And so it made a lot of changes in the world. But, everybody had a major shakeup then. There was a spiritual and emotional shakeup back in 2012 when the world was supposed to come to an end. 2020, another big one. Nothing will ever be the same. But hopefully people will learn from it, and not just learn to be more cautious of our health, but more cautious of how we treat other people. We're so worried about people passing without having loved ones with them. So maybe this will make people make phone calls more often to say, hi, how you doing? What are your views on the veil thinning? Ooh, that's a good one. Never been asked that before. Scott, what are your views? No, I think the veil has never been, the only thing that's been thick is our minds. Thick people. I think the apocalypse in Greek means unveiling. That makes sense. But I think the veil has always been the same thing. It's us it's humans who have put the thickness to it because we don't want to. It's something we can't understand. It's something that's unexplainable. We cannot hold it in our hands. You cannot physically hug a spirit. So you can't hold it. People are like, it's not really true, but then you can't hold the wind. You can't hold air except when you hold it into your lungs. So this is, the same thing. Veil for me, it's not thinning. We are, because we're not so thick anymore. We don't just sort of sit there and go, well, prove it. It's a belief, it's a faith, and it's not just hope. I have faith. Hope gives you the option of escaping, gives you the out. I hope to get a new job. It gives you the option that you won't. I have faith that I will get the job. It's more, So I know that the veil is not changing. It's us as humans that are changing. And we are thinning our veils. We're becoming more open-minded. And apocalypse in Greek means unveiling, which sounds, like I said before, it sounds like it makes sense. Haggis Hunter, you have me curious. I hope you subscribe to my channel. And you should also go over to The Fox Stand, hosted by Gina Bankston, and subscribe to her channel as well, because that's my other show. I see. It has more secrets being unveiled, exposed. Yes. But the thing is, but the thing is, there are secrets that, are they real secrets, or are they just things that we didn't pay attention to? Okay. Your perception is your reality. True. If you don't, you have to believe in it. For it to be, you have to believe in it. Not just, I wish, man, I have faith. I know that this will happen. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but it'll happen because you have faith in it. You manifesting it. The law of attraction. Do it or think it, be it, and it will come. I don't say, okay, I want to be a millionaire and go out and spend all the money because it just doesn't work that way. But you live, you carry yourself like you have money. If you don't have the best of clothes, you wash them and you wear them. You get up every morning, get dressed as if you're going somewhere. For those of us who don't work, I get up every day. I get up every day and I get dressed. Even though I don't have to go anywhere, I do sometimes just keep my jammies on, but they're day jammies. It's not like what I sleep in. Wow, things are moving quickly here. I gotta check on them. So yes, Haggis Hunter. Why do you think this has happened now? I don't know. I will not say that. I don't know the reasons things happen, and nobody can tell you that. Whether it's with all the conspiracies going out around. If we're going to talk about the COVID-19, the coronavirus, not the Bud Light, whatever the hell it is, but anyway, the coronavirus. It's happened because it was meant to happen. Whether it's whether it was this or something else that would be our trigger, something was meant to happen to wake us up, to shake us up. Okay, maybe not such a nice thing. It's not really a great thing to have all these people be sick and die. It's like but it's a way of someone, something, or just us being taken by, which I'm getting used to, taken by the shoulders and shook up and say, it's time, wake up. It's time to wake up. And it depends. Everybody wakes up through something new and different. Whereas I might wake up and realize I have 3 amazing children. It's true. You, Haggis Hunter, might wake up and go, I think I would like to live in Canada. Would be a mistake, especially in Quebec, because it's cold. We got lots of wind, rain, snow, the white stuff. Everybody's wake up is different. So you'll also know that I don't do things too seriously because you're not gonna have me crying and ruin my makeup. And that's about that. What do you think that happened? Let's go rolling here. Are more folks seeing the matrix and breaking free of the church? And more folks are seeing the matrix and breaking free of the church and the state coordinating conditioning. Yeah, because again, it's the same thing. Like, sort of goes with Gina's question about, do I believe in the thinning of the veil? It's us as humans waking up. So yeah. Well, I kind of sort of figured you were in Scotland with the haggis. Scott and Stevenson, who's in the Facebook chat, which you can't see, he wears a kilt. He's a Scotsman. His wife needed a sturdy man, so she imported herself a Scotsman. I'm sorry. I love him dearly. So haggis, I kind of sort of figured Scotland with the haggis name. I have a little haggis. It was a gift. Okay. I think more people are tapping into the realm, and more is accepting the more the more mainstream it is. Yes, it's true. I've made the haggis man laugh. I think that this is the thing, is people need to just be open to what's coming. And don't sit there and go, oh, like, she's gonna talk about this again. Because if you don't listen, you'll never know. You might catch a nugget that makes sense to you. Have a friend who did not believe in what I do, but didn't disbelieve, but didn't believe, because there was nobody in their lives that spoke like I do. And I just could kind of like do what I do. And They were like, holy shit. So, because he had an open mind to it. If you do not have an open mind, if you see life in this way of looking at life, and you will not look around to see what else is out there, then whose loss is it? It's the person who's not looking, who's not taking off the blinders, you know. And you might win the race. You know, the horses, the race horses, they always wear blinders so they can't see what's on the side of them, and they just keep focused on what's in front of them. You may win the race like that racehorse, but what have you missed on that straight line to wherever? Okay. Scott in the chat room has corrected me, Haggis Hunter. Says, tell it right, woman. As wifey knows, I went to England to increase the blood stock and help regrow the chins. As you can tell, Haggis Hunter, you have sort of stepped into an interesting family. And this is what I call the people who follow me. Fortunately or unfortunately, I call them all family. Because everybody that ends up getting to know me ends up finding a tiny little space in my heart, and I keep him there. And since you don't hurt Haggis, then I will let you in. You hurt the Haggis, and then I'll find people over there. Come kick. I will send all the Haggis to attack you while you sleep in your mind. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, that's what. Okay, so Scott, that's what you think. You think that you came over to England to increase the blood stock, but in truth, the wife, she English boys couldn't handle her, so she had to import a good one from Scotland. Plus, it didn't hurt that you had sexy legs with that kilt. Anyway, so I think I can't think of anything else to talk about, and I don't usually just talk to myself. Well, I do, but nobody hears me doing it. So if anybody has any questions, any further wanting to know my opinion on something, and please ask. Okay, it's okay. I'm from a strange family too. Strange is a good thing. It is. It's like being special and riding the short bus and licking windows on the short bus. Is that it? Did I get that right, Scott? Okay. I think everybody strange is good. You just so absolutely. Well, don't like to pray. Okay. It's good to be an individual. I don't care what anybody else says. And Miss Banks and Gina wants to know, when do I foresee me moving to Pennsylvania? I don't know. I would like to. My husband's from there, so I would like to be able to be near the family. But you know what? Everything else that's going on in the States, I'm quite happy to be up here in cold ass Canada, Quebec, Canada. Okay, it's like, you know. Oh, thank you, Scott. We're going to put this one up for everybody to see, and I'm going to read it on the air. Scott said that he can't spell. Darlene is a lighthouse for the strange and the weird. I adopt all the little wayward souls, the wayward little whatevers. Okay. Any other comments or questions? Okay, you do guys know, I'm going to remind you again, on Thursday, 8 o'clock in the Fox Den on Facebook. Aww, got hearts. I got hearts from the Haggis Hunter. On the Fox Den Thursday night, Gina and I will be talking like this, but I'll actually have somebody else on the next corner. It would like be a split picture, and she'll be there. And we're going to do this. We're going to do readings. We're going to talk about our beliefs and any questions that you want to put in there, like why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? Gina's got a whole bunch. She's going to ask me on Thursday. I think I'm going to have to make up a list of questions. Never I do then. But that's what we're going to do on Thursday. We're going to have a good time. Because if you don't learn who people are, why are you going to go to their shows? You just, oh shit, you got to learn who they are. You know, it's like choosing a medium or a psychic. You have to learn who they are before you just, pluck your money down and ask for their interpretation, right? Um, that's what, for me, that's what this is about. For me, the idea of getting to know, I have had so many psychic mediums, paranormal investigators, and a whole bunch of other people on my shows, that it's for everybody else who's out there who wants to get to know them. If I've discovered many undercover mediums like Scott, who would used to give readings to people once I would go off the air and I want to kill him, but he's now sort of stepping out of his comfort zone. Okay, next question. If money was no object, at least very nice, thank you. What would you, okay, if money was no object, or at least very nice, thank you. What are your goals? I have, for the longest of times, wanted to create, but I would seriously have to have an endless bank account for that. A healing center, a giant place called Angel Meadows. And so it's there for people to come and get healing, to learn different healing modalities, speakers to come there and speak, and share their message. And those who can pay for it, great. But those who can't pay for it, no big deal. There are times out there that people just need to hear what's going on. And in the UK and up over there in Europe somewhere, they have these amazing churches, and you get readings. You get my good friend Eric Lynn does services over there, and Michael Rogers. They do services out of churches there, and they have it's not just like, it's not like, for me, I was born and raised in a Catholic church, so it's like kneel, stand up, sit, kneel, stand up, sit, and everything else doesn't matter how the hell you're sitting. But when you're going to talk to your maker, your creator, your universe, you don't have to be kneeling, standing, or sitting. But over in the UK, they have one where you get a service, you get a talk of what's important to the person doing the service. And then if spirit is so inclined, you will get a mediumship reading. You'll get a connection. And I think that's totally awesome. And it's a donation that they give to most of the church services. And I think that's kind of what I want Angel Meadows to be, a place that you can come and get your spiritual, emotional service going on and get messages. I want Reiki practitioners. I want Qigong practitioners. I want shamans. I want everybody to have a place to work out of and share their abilities, share their gifts, share their healing. So that's okay. You get me passionate about that one again. But I know what I see in my head is big. It's huge. The property, it's big, it's huge. What I know that eventually I have to start little. So the first place I started was Angel Meadows Radio. That's my little one. And it'll get bigger from that. Church is a grand term. Often they are hired rooms in community centers and other buildings. Well, my church can be in the woods, the backwoods, backyard, sitting in front of the barbecue. It doesn't matter. It's just a name that you give a place. Okay. Thank you. A wellness center. Yes, wellness center. It's just, when I started on this journey, where I live, I didn't know of anybody who did what I do. So I was luckily blessed with a great Reiki master who I learned from online. And I did all my studies with this one group, one school. And I've actually only had physical Reiki done twice from a very amazing lady. Uh, she moved from here, so I don't get it done anymore. But she did, and that's something if people want to know what Reiki is, they want to become a practitioner, they want to become a healer, go get Reiki. Talk to your practitioners in your neighborhood, talk to people who have had the Reiki sessions done, and get a treatment done. And you will know exactly what it feels like to get it. And then you will decide what, to me, that will make your decision whether that's something you want to continue to do. Because in all realities, we all do healing without even realizing it. Haggis, keep living that vision and walk around your center in your head. Live in the rooms, do the things you want in those spaces, healing rooms, reading rooms, etc. Thank you, Haggis. I think Scott, did we find another one? Scott says, I agree. Just clarifying for spiritualist places, not for non-Brits. Oh, Brits. I do. I know exactly. It's all going to be as much natural as possible, and it's all going to be, I'm going to have a room that's just filled with crystals that you can just go into and sit and enjoy the energies. I would like to have, I have a lot of Native American friends, Native friends, and allow them to have a space that works for them to be a sweat lodge, because I have never had one, excuse me, but I have heard that they are amazing things to happen. We're not going to go to peyote and all that fun stuff, but I think, I think of how I want it designed. I know how I want my kitchen designed. I know that I want a sunroom, for lack of a better word. A live pantry is what I'm going to call it, where you can go out and you have plants and herbs all growing right off the kitchen. So these are things that I know are going to happen. So yeah, I understand it very much. Thank you, Haggis Hunter. I think we found another one. But you know what? It's my goodness, it's actually, I've been on for 47 minutes. I always said I could talk. I'm talking for nothing. I know, but you know what? I do it in smaller versions when I go to the spa, which has only been once, and I went in and out of the sauna. That's it was. I don't do heat. I don't do heat well. I'm a redhead. Okay, I don't like the heat and I don't like the cold. This is chilly today. If you could touch my hands, it's cold, but it's an okay kind of cold. It's not like I have to go out and shower. It's okay. I mean, it's okay, Gina. That's why we're on radio, not on written, not on magazines and stuff. But yeah, no, I think every culture, every nationality, whatever you want to call it, has a form of healing, and I think that people should learn about it. And sometimes learning about it is experiencing it. And be open to it. You can go in and go, okay, go ahead, Reiki me. If you're not, in some respects, if you're not open, it's going to make it harder for the practitioner to work with you, the energies to work with you. It'll just take it longer, because eventually you'll get it. Eventually you get it, but it's just a different way, instead of getting it right away. And sometimes when you do a Reiki healing, it doesn't come right away. I had a lovely lady who had issues with things that were going on at work, and and she wouldn't speak about it. Excuse me. For the day, 2 days after having her healing with me, she had lost her voice, and she called me up, and she was like still froggy and asking me what the heck, why did she lose her voice? I said, because you've already given it away. I told you what you need to do. You just have to choose whether or not you're going to do it. So you gave it away, so it just kind of took it away until you're ready to. And so she went to the doctors. There was nothing physically wrong with her, just You know, so one morning she woke up and she knew that she had to speak her truth at work and go and deal with that. And her voice was back, you know. So what is it exactly? I can't I can't tell you it because I don't know. I just know that it always works. Energy healing works. People have other forms of healing, they work, but you have to be open to it, and then you have to understand that it may not be the way you want it to happen. You know, it's like I got sore hips, help my hips, but the issue might be in your lower back. So, you know, the energies are going to help your lower back, which will start to feel better, but your hips will start, well, until this heals, they won't feel better. Till your back heals, your hips won't feel better, you know. And a lot of physical issues have real life issues. I just realized something. Oops. I'm going to remove this chat thingy that's running across my screen because my guest never showed up. So, but I come back here. All right, Gina, you have a good one. Give Bob a hug, give Bob a heart for me. And but yeah, so that's, you know. Okay, Scott Stevenson in the chat room. Because we have so many churches and flavors of spiritualism organizations, all offering hands-on or spiritual healing, generally free or donation. We in the UK generally find that rather than Reiki costs lots of money. Put the pound sign. But yeah, and that's true. When I learned about Reiki first, and I wasn't a practitioner, I looked into it to see what it was and the courses and not whatnot. And yeah, it's an expensive thing. But you know what? They say, excuse me, the teacher will come when it's time for you. The gentleman who is my Reiki master, David Crawford, he was my master for level 1 and level 2, and then his master, aka his wife, took over, and she became a master for my, oh gosh, sounds coming in, for me becoming a grandmaster. So and it worked out that it worked the way it worked, you know, and it didn't cost me a freaking fortune. Um, but yeah, unfortunately, a lot of these things do cost, but it's people put in the time to learn the course, learn their craft, hone their craft. Um, some people born with it and they got it all and they have no training to take and whatever. But everybody charges what they charge. You know, I still have a hard time charging, but some people keep reminding me that it's not just I have to pay for my internet. I have to pay for this. I have to, yeah, I get it. You know, so spiritual healing. I like the idea of a donation. You know, because people get, and that's kind of sort of like the way I work. I mean, I have a set fee, but I know that if somebody can't afford it, and you know, if I like you, except for Scott, um, we'll work on it because it's for me, it's got to be an exchange of energies. So whether it's in U.S. dollars or pounds or whatever, if it's cold hard cash, it doesn't matter. Or one time I had a lady donated me my Reiki table for my reading, for her card reading. Now I know the table costs a whole lot more than my reading, so but that's what she wanted to pay. Excuse me. Yeah. Well, that you know what that means, right? That means it's after 6, so I gotta go because I have a barbecue to go eat. Haggis Hunter, thank you for being around. I hope you do come back. I don't always lose my guests. I don't know what happened. I guess I'll probably find out tomorrow. Because there's no email. But next week I have Nita Oza, and she is or was a yoga instructor. I don't know if you ever unbecome one. I will never unbecome a Reiki practitioner. Exactly. I guess Hunter, I have a feeling I know you. It's just an exchange of energies. So yeah, so next week, same time, same channel. Probably a different shirt, but who knows? But I will see y'all. And don't forget Thursday on The Fox Den on YouTube and The Fox Den on Facebook. We go live, Gina and I, and we will be doing readings and answering questions just like I did today. Y'all be good, y'all behave. We'll talk soon.